in terms of the way it's made, we go to some detail with our sticks, and it's the same whether it's a top stick, you know, like the tour that ends up in the hands of an international, to a Cobra there at the other end of the scale. Every single Gryphon stick has its individual weight on there and its individual balance point.
Yeah.
So our target balance point will be 400 millimeters. In some ways, it's the most important of the.
When you say that balance point, what do you mean by that?
So balance point is basically it's the distribution of weight across the stick. So 400 millimeters would indicate an even balance point. The weight of the stick is evenly distributed. That's going to give you a nice even pickup. So we're going to get in some cricket terminology almost here with the pickup.
Yeah.
So the pickup is when you're holding the stick, when you're maneuvering the stick, how is that weight distributed? How's it going to feel? So we believe very much in an even pickup being the best thing. So that's a 400 mil balance point. That's what we're targeting. Because of the individual aspects and how these things are made, you know, there's over 100 pieces of material going into a Gryphon stick. You've got resins, you've got all sorts. It comes through out of the moulding process, and you have to sand off rough edges. There's all these kind of things that can affect weight and balance. So a stick in our range typically will be 400 mil, some will be 390. Now, if that number goes below 400, that means the weight is more distributed towards the head of the stick. Okay. So when you're playing with it, that means that there's going to be a little bit, you know, you're going to feel that weight a little bit lower when you're trying to turn the stick.
But some people might prefer that.
Absolutely, yeah. Some people might prefer that, yeah. And that's the things that you can establish when you come somewhere like this and you pick some sticks up and you try some sticks out and work out what you like and what you feel.
Yeah.
Obviously, weight after that is obvious, you know, and we have different weight targets. At the upper end of the range, we'll be targeting a lower weight than we will a little bit lower down. Lower down, we'll be targeting kind of 525, 530, and we'll fluctuate 5 to 10 grams either side of that.
Yeah.
At the upper end, we're targeting 515, and again, we'll fluctuate a little bit either side of that because of, as I was saying, in the manufacturing process, a little bit here, a little bit there. These things, you know, just make these kind of tiny little differences.
Yeah.
But you can't get that sort of detail from a website.
Of course, yeah.
You know, you can get that if you come in here and you say, right, okay, well, that's 525, that one's 515. Oh, look, they do feel a bit different. On a website, you're buying a picture, ultimately. So it's great if you've had one of these before. You know, they're not going to change. None of these sticks are different to the ones that we had last year in terms of the way that they play, the way that they feel. It's just the way they look, which is different. However, if the one you picked up last year is a different weight to the one you're ordering online this year, you might notice a difference. You might not. Some people are a bit more sensitive to that than others. So, and really, no one's going to notice 5 grams. They might notice 10 or 15. They'll probably definitely notice 10 grams and a 10 mil difference on a balance point.
So main learning from that is come into AJ Sports, try out the hockey sticks, and then buy one, essentially.
Yeah.
So no, that's really useful.